Stay tuned for the fact check so you can hear all the facts that were wrong.
Oh, thank you, Rob. Moved my coffee over.
Oh, he's a very thoughtful boy.
Very nice. We did something earlier. We tested a theory.
Oh yeah, we were between recordings, and I hate to admit to this, but I was very, very tired. And then as soon as the episode was over, I just laid down on the carpet, face down in the studio. And then I said, if I were on railroad tracks and I was unconscious, non-responsive, could you move me off the railroad tracks?
Yeah. And I said, of course.
Yeah, you were like, no problem. And then I said, okay, give it a shot. I want to tread lightly here. I want to be honest, but I also don't want to hurt your feelings.
Go ahead.
I was like, is she even trying to lift me up?
Fuck.
I knew I wasn't going anywhere. Like from when you first gave it your first thrust, you went for it. And I didn't move at all, and I didn't come off the ground at all.
It was weird how
I was like,
little
she's not
moved.
even going to be able to get me an inch off these tracks. Like, I gave up immediately.
It was really pretty bad.
It was pretty bad.
I really could not get you to move at all.
And I wasn't doing anything sneaky. I was just laying there.
I know.
And
You're
then
so heavy.
Yes, and then we went up to see Lincoln in the gym.
Yeah.
And you said,
she tried
but
it.
you kept saying, which I think is hilarious, is you're like, it's fine though, because you get super strength.
I do. I'm like, when we're really in this position, I'm going to get super strength.
I know, you're certain of it.
I
And
am.
I'm nervous. A lot of people think, they hear about the one story from the 50s where a mom lifted a car off a baby
it
or whatever.
happens so often. The moms always can lift the car off the kids.
But yeah, you're so confident. You're not even worried.
I'm not.
Which is scary. That scares me.
Well, I mean,
Lincoln did better.
But I also want to say something.
Okay.
I was like, well, if we're really doing this for real role play, I can't do for real what I would do, because I would just be yanking your arm out of its socket.
Yeah,
and I knew I couldn't, so I couldn't give it my full.
But
I also didn't want to scrape up your whole face.
I was on carpet, but okay.
Yeah, but ow, rug burn.
Okay.
And I know that, and I know you'd be upset if I scraped up
Oh my
your
God,
whole
you don't
face.
know anything.
I
wouldn't
know.
be upset. I wouldn't even acknowledge my face was scraped. I couldn't admit I was tired. What are you talking about? I wouldn't have been like, ow, Monica. You think you'd ever hear me do that?
Of course. I mean, it happened 5 minutes later. We were up.
Oh shit, it did. You make a great point. But that's my child.
Either it hurt you. So then we asked her to do it. She really got in the mode. She didn't do what I did, which was have strength.
She thought about it a little. Maybe it's from her 18 months of jiu-jitsu training.
Yeah.
But she immediately thought to just grab one arm and get me rolling.
Well, okay.
Don't try to lift me, but
I
roll me.
did say before we went up there, I said it was hard because you were on your stomach and I would want you on your back.
But you got to get me on my back. That's part of the challenge. And then, Lincoln was so keen to impress you that she was running into me, not looking where her feet were going. And she got my side of my side skin, which is very tender, in between the rubber mat in her fucking tennis shoe sole.
Yeah.
And it felt like she ripped all the skin off my sides. I did say ow the second time. Because I was like,
you said ow the first time, and then you said, ow, that's the second. And you did have
I was like, stop that. That's 2 for 2.
Yeah. And I was like, this is why I only went half strength.
Yeah, I lost that one, but it really did hurt.
I know, I'm sure it did. But listen, if you're on the railroad tracks, you won't feel it because you'll be non-responsive, as you said, but you're going to be very injured after that.
What have you said? You're going to be very happy with where you wake up. You're not going to be on the tracks. After Monica tried for a few times, I was like, that's it. I'm in 3 pieces. Well,
you know what?
I was also making the stakes hikes. I was going.
I know. That was really scary. I hated that. You know what, though? I would die too, because I wouldn't give up.
You'd have to give up.
No, I wouldn't. I would just keep.
You'd stay there.
I would know by superhuman strength what happened at the last minute. In the movies, it always happens at the last minute.
It does, yeah.
So I would be like, it's okay, it's going to happen at the last minute, and then we both get dead.
This does remind me of, and I know you've heard it, but Aaron and I's death pact, which is if I die first, he's obligated as the funeral. The funeral will be held at a railroad crossing.
Oh, yeah.
And he's going to put me in a full Superman outfit.
Right.
And then put me in a chair and tie me with rope to the chair. And then when the train's coming, you're like, it's no problem. It's Superman. He'll get out of those ropes, but and then I just get smashed. It would be such a good joke.
No, it's a bad.
It's so funny.
Well, in this
visually.
case, you've already been hit by. I think you need a plan B in case you do die by railroad track.
Oh, I would then need a different. Yeah, we have to go to. We have backup plans for that. Actually,
okay.
There's 3 different scenarios.
Oh my God, I hate this.
The dream is we die at the same time.
I don't like this.
And then in our funeral, we have opposing cannons that are 100 yards apart.
Yeah.
Again, we're in superhero outfits.
Yeah.
And they explode the cannons, and we're flying through the air. You're like, it's a bird. It's a bird. Look at it. We would look like superheroes in our capes and everything, flying. Sure. But then we would collide midair.
Yeah.
And then we would just fall like wet sacks of cement.
Mm-hmm.
So what a joke that would be. So funny.
So funny.
Yeah, really funny stuff.
Oh my God, so funny.
Yeah, the whole family would be laughing, I think.
They'd be laughing so hard. So you fly across, your dead body fly across the air and collide.
Launched into the air and smack into Aaron's.
Yeah, hilarious.
And tumble to the ground.
Hilarious.
And then everyone just turns and gets back in their car and leaves. That's in a field,
But then somebody has to like clean that up.
No, leave it out for the scavengers, for the jackals and the coyotes. Just had a brainstorm.
Okay.
You can on your license elect to donate your body to science and to organ donation. Mm-hmm. Would you donate your corpse to get eaten by a polar bear?
Well, have they taken my organs out and given them to people?
Sure.
Then yeah.
Yeah, wouldn't that be great?
Well, I don't know if it'd be great, but I just don't care.
Think how stoked the polar bear. It's like one at the zoo. And then they just throw your corpse in there.
Aww.
That's such a sweet gift to that polar bear.
I mean, yeah, I don't really care about the vessel, afterwards. But I do want to give my organs to people.
This is a fun topic because we just watched that crazy documentary about the woman.
I haven't seen it yet.
Who was faking a pregnancy, Munchausen.
I know. Do we want to spoil it for people?
No, just, I guess, this is inadvertently. Anyways, at the end of the thing, which we watched with the family, the kids were asking me about, like, how do they kill people when you get sentenced to death? Yeah. And I was like, well, you've got electric chair, I think is still functional maybe in a state or two. Lethal injection, most common. And then firing squad still.
This comes up in an episode too soon.
Oh, right.
Mm-hmm.
I probably made the same point in that episode, which is that's my pick by far.
I think that's crazy.
Well, I'll tell you why. The bullet's moving faster than the speed of sound. Did you know that's actually the bang you're hearing in a gun? You're hearing some bang from the gunpowder, but the big bang is when it breaks the sound barrier.
Oh.
Isn't that cool?
That is cool.
So you're standing there, the bullet's traveling faster than the speed of sound. You would never even hear the gun go off. You'd be standing there like thinking like, oh, this sucks. This is how I'm going to go. And then that's that. You're not watching someone hit a syringe to initiate the lethal injection. You're not watching a guy go over to that fucking archaic switch on the wall for the electric chair.
I just hate it all. I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate it.
It was fun for me because the kids are now, I mean, you'll remember, right? High school is probably the first place they have you debate the death penalty, as I recall.
Yeah, I don't remember the
It's a very it's a perfect
I wonder if they still
philosophical debate to launch onto young minds.
Yeah.
And I had a very specific opinion in high school.
Me too.
That I don't now have.
Me too.
Oh, interesting. So were you pro death penalty in high school? Yeah. So what changed your mind?
I just learned about the world. I mean, one is I've learned, too many people could be innocent. And I'm too afraid of that.
Yeah.
I recognize that there is less choice in the matter than I used to think. Like I used to just think like everyone was making these bad decisions and bad
everyone
choices.
had the same childhood as you did, and then they made the decision with your brain.
Exactly. And it's like, oh no, like all of this is a crapshoot, and sometimes things happen.
Yeah.
And if I do it, I've made a choice.
Right.
And a bad one, and maybe I should be killed for that.
Yeah.
But I can't.
People don't have that same faculty. Yeah.
So I'm just against it.
Mine was fiscal. So my whole point when I was a senior, I remember debating people often about it, was okay, we're spending $30,000 a year to keep someone incarcerated. So this man has just butchered this family, and we're going to go spend $30,000 a year to keep this piece of shit alive when we could be giving that $30,000 to like the fucking inner city kid who's got no leg up. I was just like, why of our limited resources, why on earth do we honor this fucking person? But what changed my mind is I learned that almost all death row inmates will exhaust all of the legal moves they can make. So they're entitled to X amount of appeals. They can do clemency declarations, all this stuff. All told, I forget the number exactly, but all told, the average legal expense incurred from someone on death row by the time they put them to death is like over $1 million. And the second I heard that, I was like, okay, well then my normal objection doesn't even make sense. That's even more money we're spending on the monster who murdered everyone. And I did always object to the notion of killing someone to show that killing's wrong.
Exactly.
It just always
There's
felt like a flawed premise.
hypocrisy.
Yeah, it just felt like, how can that be a premise?
Yeah.
But if I were right, like if you got sentenced to death, they knew it was the person.
Yeah.
And they killed them the next day.
Mm-hmm.
I think I would be in favor of not spending $450,000 on a person who butchered someone's family over the other people that could benefit from it.
It's hard.
It is.
I just
Also, there's some cases where I forget what case we were just watching, and they weren't getting the death penalty. And I was like, what's weird is this person is in so much discomfort with their psychosis and their mental health issues. It feels almost more torturous to keep this person alive for another 35 years to suffer in prison.
I used to also say that. I used to say, like, I think it's worse for them to be in prison. Like if you really want punishment, death isn't really a punishment for them.
If you want them to suffer.
Yeah, but so I used to also say that. I now no longer really feel like that. Like I don't think suffer. Yeah, exactly. I don't really want anyone to suffer on this earth.
Yeah, I don't want to hurt the people that hurt people.
Yeah.
I just want to keep them away from
everyone.
Everyone, yeah.
Which I guess some people would say then, yeah, remove the, I can't. Like, I can't get on board with.
It's messy. The bottom line is it's so fucking messy because I'm of the same opinion as you are. And then we just interviewed someone who's like the fucking person was out for 5 days on parole after raping a bunch of other people and fucking breaks into, it's like.
I know.
Then there's that. So it's like, it's so inconvenient.
I know. It is.
And that's why the people who want them thrown away forever, they have,
I understand.
Everyone's got we've got a bunch of innocent people that didn't belong there or their circumstances, we're going to land them there no matter what. So we have a healthy dose of people we can point to for that. And then the people on the other side that are going to have a really healthy dose of the people that were let out and then immediately killed more people.
I know. It's just unfortunately, you have to choose the lesser of what do you want this country to be against people who are innocent in jail or people who are guilty out and like
killing innocent people sometimes,
which is.
It's just, I think that's more, to me, the solution is more about that. Each side admitting that, then one side or the other getting their way. It's just like, let's just all acknowledge this is fucking really messy. And it's not great when the person that could have been better doesn't get to be. You can see that if you're on the, throw away the key side of the argument, even they would be able to acknowledge for the person who got out and turned their life around and never hurt anyone again, it would be a shame to keep that person. Like everyone could admit what's going on both sides and start with the notion like whatever solution we agree upon, it's going to be very far from perfect. And we have to accept that to some degree.
Yes, I think we do. But I am not like, I'm a pretty fearful person. And I also think that's where people who, well, there's a lot of variables, but I think fearful people are often for it.
Yeah.
Because it's like, just get rid of them.
People,
get rid of them.
Yeah. Flush them down the toilet.
Doesn't matter. The tiny chance that they could come out and do something like, no, not worth it. So I think that's also part of why I used to want it, of just like, no, that's like a bad guy. Why wouldn't you just kill them?
Yeah, let's just get rid of that.
And now I'm like, I don't know, maybe I'm just less scared. I'm not scared at all anymore.
Oh, wow. Congratulations. That was quick.
It was really quick.
I didn't even see all the baby steps. It just like went from fearful to not fearful at all.
No,
You should write a book on how to overcome fear.
Stay tuned for more Armchair Expert, if you dare.
I have overcome a lot of fear, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not cured.
Yeah.
But I think a healthy dose of fear is okay. But
I think whatever you're doing is great.
I think
it's
great.
Yeah.
But anywho, I just don't. Well, what did the kids say? Did you ask them about this?
Well, that's why it became a conversation, because I was interested and fascinated with the notion that Lincoln was very much like, yeah, that person should probably get.
He did.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. Tell me more about that,
Yeah.
And then I got to say my whole journey with my opinion on it, But I did think, I left it thinking like, I wonder if that's just a more natural conclusion for kids or when you're young.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But again, because life is a little more black and white when you're young.
Yeah, they're good and bad. And
you see you can't have the nuance and the exposure to like other people's experiences and how people got where they got and all
and they're
of
tiny
that.
and scared.
Of course. Yeah, it's scary.
Yeah.
But my parents watched it. I haven't watched it yet, but we were chatting on the phone last week and they're like, have you seen this thing? You shouldn't watch it. This is what happens. I was like, oh my God. Okay.
You shouldn't watch it. This is what it.
She was like, she's being sentenced to death.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oof. Like that was my reaction. I was like, ooh. And she said, as she should.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, look, I get it.
It's dark.
I get it.
It's about as.
It's as dark as you can get.
Yeah,
it is. I mean, it's.
Dear Zachary's still much worse, but it's on the far end of the spectrum.
Should the mom did it?
The woman had like killed her husband, and then the friend came to make like a video to pass on to their child. And while he's making this like video, trying to he's a documentarian, his friend,
yeah.
And as he's trying to build this whole story of his life, so that the kid will know who his dad is.
Yeah.
He starts kind of realizing that the wife killed him.
Right.
And then this custody battle ensues. And then at the end, she
kills the kid
herself. And yeah, it's so brutal. And it's like, yeah, it's
also the guy who put his kids in the water tower, killed them, put them in the water tower. Do you know that story?
Oh
my
that guy.
God. Just like.
What is happening out there?
It is. It's horrific. Anyway, so they told me, and then she was, happy that she was that was her sentence. Yeah, and I was like, and you know what? Different opinions, and I get it. But then,
and I always want to say this, because I think a common response is like, what if let me be clear. If someone fucks with my family, I want them dead.
Yeah,
I'm not claiming that I wouldn't personally want them and be happy if they were killed.
I agree.
Anyone who hurt my family.
I agree.
But I think societally, we can do better than what we individually would want.
I also am for like, obviously, I'm not like, this woman should never get out of prison. I'm like, she should never have the ability to get out. Like, it's not, I don't feel unsafe knowing she's in there for life. Like, I'm not.
Right.
She
weirdly was the person that I was like, is it more torturous?
Yeah.
Like, this person is in such a fucking totally different reality than everyone else is.
I know.
That I don't know. I don't know how this person recovers in any way.
I mean, you also have to look at that woman has children, right?
Yeah, that she didn't raise or have anything to do with.
Sure. But I just mean that person has children, and that, regardless of how fucking horrific their parent is, you are passing down trauma by murdering them. And they're already so fucked up, I'm sure.
They're already the kids in town whose mom did this
Exactly.
thing.
They're already have like the biggest uphill
Scarlet
battle.
letters. Yeah.
And then you add this, and it's just like it's not just the one person. Like there are repercussions, and I just wish we could just like get ahead of all of this mental illness.
Yes, that would be great. But back to, I don't know. I don't really know how to say it. I know what I feel about it, and I know I can feel it very strongly that part of our problem is people have not admitted what's possible to themselves. They want perfection. They want a policy. They want a law. They want some government action that's just going to be perfect. Their people won't get accidentally shot and people won't, And I think the more you have that view of the world, the less you can compromise or be flexible because you believe in a fairy tale. You believe there's a version that's going to be. There's not going to be a version where we police citizens, which has to be done, that shit's not going to go sideways.
Yeah.
It's just, that's the reality of it. So let's work backwards on our solution with us all admitting this first.
It can still be worked, and it should, to minimize
of course
the wreckage and the accidents and the things like that. And there are things, I think when people are upset for a million reasons, but when people are upset, it's because they feel there isn't enough being done prevention-wise for things. Yes, things go wrong and things will always.
Yeah.
But when it's like repeated or it's the same thing happening over and over again or there's
Yeah, when it is the results of a system that's flawed and it's producing those results, then you got to tinker with the system.
Yeah.
But I'm saying even when AI designs the system, right, where it is the most efficient, best in that event, these Waymos are still going to crash.
Yeah.
Right?
They are.
There's no world in which vehicles aren't going to crash, even when robots are driving them.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say other than I just think it creates a situation where you could never meet in the middle because you think something's possible that's not possible on both sides.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Want to do some facts? Want a fact about it?
Yeah. Let's do some facts. Sorry, Olivia, that this was so
a real
death heavy.
Real downer, huh?
I mean, look, we interviewed someone yesterday with a fucking crazy story. I really hope everyone listens to that one. It is so inspiring, and it is so. I guess that it's like, how can you hear that story? I mean, he wasn't on death row, but like
he could have been.
He could have been.
Yeah.
And how can you hear that and also hear this person like speaking, being brilliant?
Yeah.
And think like that's someone to throw away. Like it's
a great counterfactual to all the.
And there were a few in there. I guess we'll save it for. Will it come out when we're not doing a fact check? Probably. Damn. Well, we should say that. So we're doing a little fun thing this summer.
Oh, yes.
We asked you guys what some of your favorite old fact checks were. Some classics.
Some blasts from the past. Perhaps some origins of lexicon.
Exactly.
Who knows how you catch up at this.
P-Baby.
Yeah.
So we're going to rerun some old fact checks this summer.
Yeah.
And
curated by the Armchair's favorite fact checks.
Yeah. So that'll be fun.
Yeah.
So sorry, you won't get facts for the next little bit.
Yeah.
And that's when we get back, though, we'll have so many stories for you.
Too many stories.
Just way too many stories. All right, Olivia. Origin of Cockburn last name.
Uh-huh.
The last name has Scottish origin, but it pulls from the British word cock, meaning C-O-C-C, meaning wild bird, and burna, meaning brook or stream.
Oh, a wild bird on a wild stream.
Peaceful. Where did Olivia's mom, Leslie Cockburn, sneak a camera under her clothes? What other high-profile interviews has she done? She smuggled contraband video cassettes after Afghanistan passed the Taliban by strapping it under national traditional Afghan robes in 96.
Whoa.
The video cassettes contain interviews and footage of the regime that were strictly forbidden by the government and the UN. Wow. Other notable research projects or interviews include Gaddafi, Saddam Hussein's son, and deep investigative work on Escobar.
Whoa.
Really
I could have a dinner with her.
Definitely. What number female student at Yale was her mom? She was in the first class that included women at Yale. She was one of the first 570 female graduates of the class of 1974. What season did Olivia join the OC? 2. How many years did she do on House? 5. Wow.
5 years.
Long.
Speaking medical jargon.
Whew.
That'll burn you up.
Yeah. Does Penelope Cruz have an identical twin? Online, it says that she has a younger sister of 3 years who looks very similar. They are often mistaken for twins, but are not.
Who is this?
Penelope Cruz.
Oh.
But
maybe they fooled Olivia.
yeah, that would be weird if.
Is she younger?
It says she does not have a. Oh my God, her name's Monica.
Oh, wow. Monica Cruz?
Wow, then Olivia got duped. We should tell her. They do look extremely alike, but she does look older.
She looks different. And old. I don't know older or younger, but I do know different.
But I mean,
I would not think they were twins.
I will say their features do look very. Look at if you
isolate the tip of their nose and stuff.
Yeah, and their mouth and their eyes.
Which is funny because they do objectively have the same features, and yet.
Oh,
wait, Rob. That's a different submission. Are you sure that's not?
Yeah, those
still
are different
her on
people.
the right?
No, that's not her. But they could definitely be twins. Here they are again. Okay, I mean, that's them younger.
Yeah, go back to the first one, Rob. They're far more distinct.
Well, the first one's from now, clearly.
Right. But what I was going to say, Monica, is despite the fact that they do have very similar features, they have come together in a completely different way.
Yeah, but that's how twins do it.
Okay.
To differentiate.
Same piece is different.
Like they've done their hair differently and it's a different, one of them's dyed
side
their
part,
hair.
middle part.
And different color hair.
Mm-hmm. I have a special feeling about Penelope that I've had for 30 years.
Yeah, join the rest of the world. We all do. She's imagine being her twin. That would suck.
I would rather imagine being Javier Bardem than her twin. Who's also a fucking stone cold fox.
I want to be her.
That's the three-way of all three-ways right there. That's the dream three-way. Ding, ding, ding. That's so on point.
She is the most beautiful person alive.
Oh, she's something else.
Crazy.
If I got to be her, all I would do is look in the mirror. Like if I got to spend a week in her body, I would be in front of the mirror the entire time.
If you got to temporarily be her.
1 week in Penelope Cruz.
What would I do? Oh, Jess and I have played this game a lot.
It's a fun game.
If we could switch bodies, what would we do? And he's pretty nasty, so he has some ideas. No, he wants to just take my body out on the town.
Yeah, really to get it going.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my God, once I get back in my body,
you're gonna be sore.
I'll be so sore and have so many diseases.
Filled with stomachache.
So many diseases. He'll really
what are you going to do when you're in his body? Go play basketball?
Reach tall things, yeah.
Go pick up basketball.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not going to masturbate with his penis?
No, I will.
Yeah,
I am curious what that feels like.
Yes, of course.
But I
think step one for anyone that switches bodies into the other gender, step one should be immediately that.
But I only want to do that. I don't want to have sex with a man or a woman in his body.
Right.
I just want to masturbate and see what it feels like to have a penis.
Yeah.
But mainly reach tall things and play some basketball.
Sure. Complain about your back.
Or it'll give me a lot of gratitude probably for the things short people have that I, take for granted.
Right.
Okay. What is the Esther Perel AI therapy episode? The episode title is My AI Loves Me Better Than Anyone Ever Could. Ooh.
Dangerous sentence for you to read.
Dangerous. Just looking at her again.
Yeah. How can you stop?
I can't, clearly. What a couple.
I was going to say,
they're perfect.
I reject what I'm about to say because I don't like when people do it to us.
Yeah.
But I don't know how they don't just stare at each other like, hon, let's go in the living room. There's good light in there and let's just look at each other.
People do that. They say that about you and Kristen?
No, but they have some fantasy of what the relationship.
What your life is like.
So I'm not trying to perpetuate that, but at the same time, I feel like that couple, they could just stand in the living room nude and be so entertained.
And also, apparently, he's so nice.
Yeah.
Remember, someone told us a really
though.
good story about him. Who was it?
Was it a chef or something?
No, and they were at a pub, and he was there, and they were all hanging out, and then some girl was getting kind of...
Yeah, and he walked someone back to their apartment.
I love him, and I love her.
We love
Great
them.
couple.
Great couple alert.
Couple goals.
All right.
All right. Love you.